there! I'm Coulter, and I'm a VTuber. But that's not important. What is important is Pokemon! I'm nuzlocking every region in every generation with a different twist for each generation. This time, we're doing the Kanto region in Generation 1. The twist for this generation is... there is no twist! We're doing everything old school, that's right. That means no rare candies, no speed-ups, and hours of grinding. Yep, we're doing it like they did back in
1998, even though Nuzlocke didn't exist back then.
I stream every single one of my runs live on my Twitch channel, so be sure to drop me a follow there if you want to catch my suffering live and in stereo. So, without further ado, let's move on to the Nuzlocke! Last time, we put Lieutenant Surge right in the doghouse using Lexi, our trusty little Sandslash who beat his singular Raichu the same way Naruto destroyed Neji in their Chunin exams fight that one time. As much as I'd like to say we're gonna beat Erica in this video, this is the old school Gen 1 Nuzlocke challenge, which means we're gonna sit here, grind, and have some not very nice thoughts while listening to the Lavender Town theme. As is customary, let's check in with Live Coulter for the overall time check. Off to you, Live Coulter. 11 hours and 11 minutes! And we have 3 badges. Thank you, Live Coulter, for revealing that wonderful piece of information. As you can see from my expression of, absolute joy and happiness, the fact that we've played 11 hours with no speed-ups, mind you, and have only gotten 3 badges is definitely not weighing on my heart and soul. Before making our way through to Rock Tunnel, I make the incredibly wise decision to challenge each and every single trainer on the way to Rock Tunnel's relatively close entrance, in an attempt to both crush the dreams of any aspiring trainer in my path, and to hoover up every single ounce of EXP that we can attain, because the absolute last thing that I want to have is our run end in Rock Tunnel because our Pokemon are underleveled and have to do the entire 11 hours over again. Let's not do that, yeah? With the trainers defeated and the XP hoovered up, I make my way to Rock Tunnel to have our very first and only Rock Tunnel encounter, which just so happens to be a Geodude. With the way our team is looking now, we don't really need Geodude. There's no space for it, considering we already have a dedicated ground type in both Nidoking and Sandslash, but it's always nice to have an extra one. In case Nidoking or Sandslash go down, there is nothing that we can do to swap in freely into an Electric-type Pokemon, which, later on, you'll find out is actually very, very important. Maybe a video or 2 down the line. Now, before you say anything, yes, I am fully aware that I'm using Pidgeotto to attempt to catch a Rock Ground type in Geodude, and yes, I know, Rock-type moves are super effective into Flying-type Pokemon, but, hear me out. I really just did not care. I just wanted to catch a Geodude as quickly as possible, and I realized that Hersey was the one that dealt the least damage, so a couple of Gusts and Quick Attacks later, and a couple of Pokeballs, we finally caught the Geodude. Now, how did we decide to name it? Well, there was a lucky chatter on my stream that decided, hey, I want to be a rock because I like hard things. That's you. Why haven't they fixed the little, like, sprites? Oh well. You're our Geodude. Next, believe it or not, that's you. With our shiny new Geodude named after one of our lovely chatters, now sent to the PC where it's probably going to reside for the rest of the run, it's time for us to run straight into every single Pokemaniac that we can find, and good lord, do the Pokemaniacs look disgusting in this generation. God, tell them to take a shower, please. One by one, each and every single one of these disgusting, unshowered Pokefreaks send out their Pokemon, and their Pokemon go down very easily to whatever I've got on hand, honestly, because these guys are not very good. Eventually, I run into this Pokemaniac who has nothing but a singular Slowpoke. Slowpoke being a water type, I thought this was the perfect time for Pikachu to farm some EXP. But I was almost very wrong. Pikachu tanked 2 headbutts and almost died. He would have died to a crit. But we defeat him and move on to the rest of our Rock Tunnel grind. The Rock Tunnel grind itself took a decent amount of time, and by a decent amount of time, I mean about an hour, and the footage you're seeing in the background is that exact grind, cut up and sped up for your viewing pleasure. So let me take this time to tell you, that I stream, will stream, and have streamed every single minute of this grind, of this run, live on my Twitch channel, which should be up on the screen right now. So if you want to watch me grind for about 3 hours at a time, feel free to join me here. But I promise you it won't be like this for every single Nuzlocke, just for this generation. Now that I'm done shilling for myself, let me talk to ya!
Let me talk to ya!
The countless hours of grinding has affected my mental well-being and cognitive abilities so much that it has led to the degradation of my ability to read English, which has led to a moment that my campers have yet to let me forget, and I don't think they're going to, ever. But it's Lapras that becomes deranged. Deranged? Meanwhile, the message endangered. Ah! Oops. Sorry. I can't read. English is a bit hard, you know.
Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
My bad. My bad, lads. That's on me. Lapras is deranged. This was, of course, in reference to an ancient post from many years ago where a kid said he spent hours breeding Lapras so that they wouldn't go extinct. I ended up twisting that beautiful image because I just couldn't read English. I am sorry, Lapras. What follows the deranged Lapras incident that will forever be remembered by all of our campers is another hour of unfettered, unfiltered, completely raw grinding. Now you may be wondering, Coulter, why are you taking so long? Why is it taking you forever to get through the rock tunnel section of Pokemon Yellow? Well, you see, the answer really lies in the Pokemon directly in front of you being sped up by about 2,000%. Our Drowsy Toast. What I found out during our hours-long epic research session of the Generation 1 games is that Drowsy actually learns the move Psychic by level up by level 32, the exact level cap. So I decided, hey, we need to make sure Drowsy reaches level 32 no matter what without evolving so we can get the best move in the game for Psychic types, and especially before Erica, the Grass-type gym leader, who carries only 3 Pokemon, 2 of which share the Poison secondary typing, which, as you all know, is weak to Psychic moves. After all that grinding, we level up Drowsy to level 29, 3 levels below the level cap, to make sure that even after fighting the gym trainers, we have absolutely zero risk of overleveling, because the last thing that I need is to have wasted my last 2 hours grinding for a Pokemon that I can't use because it's overleveled. We fight 2 more trainers right outside of Rock Tunnel, and we finally make our way down to the iconic Lavender Town. Uh-oh! It's Lavender Town! Cover your ears, guys. Contrary to what Lavender Town Syndrome states, the town's iconic theme isn't the reason behind my deep, deep desire to jump off a balcony right now. That is due to the fact that we've got a big battle with our rival Rat up in Pokemon Tower. And I don't know if I'm fully prepared for it yet. But before that, I once again embarrassingly showcase my severe lack of knowledge of the early generation Pokemon games as I spend about 15 minutes walking around looking for a way to obtain the Sylph Scope, not knowing that I am a few story beats away and that I'd have to come back later after obtaining it from, you guessed it, Silphco. Duh. After that exercise in futility, I decide it's time to put my big boy pants on and walk straight up to our rival, Rat. There he is. Your Pokemon don't look dead, I can at least make them faint. As the battle with my wonderful rival, Rat, commenced, my initial worries of being underprepared and my overall nerves were immediately washed away by my lovely Pikachu picking up one-hit KOs on both Rat's opening Spearow and Shelter. Up next was Rat's Vulpix and Sandshrew. Luckily for me, I had the foresight to recognize I have a severe lack of Water-type Pokemon, so I just taught my Rat to spit bubbles at the speed of sound. Just like that, Vulpix and Sandshrew fainted to my Rat's Bubble Beam, and they were toast. Speaking of toast, I sent Toast out to deal with his Eevee. And just like that, the rival battle was over. Well, I better get going. I've got a lot to accomplish. Smell ya later. Insert Gary theme. And just like that, we say goodbye to our rival, Rat, and leave the Pokemon Tower. After a long day of grinding and walking around and beating up Rat, it's time for us to say goodbye. Lavender Town will be revisited in another section of the game later on, so keep an eye out for that. And I guess that's about time for us to end off this session of the Nuzlocke. Did you believe me? For even a second there? Because I lied. That's right. Following this section, I decided it's about time for me to grind some more so we can get even closer to the level cap of 32, find every single trainer, grind a couple more Pokemon, and maybe get some more EXP. In reality, this didn't actually last too long. The grind actually only lasted maybe 15 minutes this time, looking for wild Pokemon and any other trainers we haven't fought. Well, I guess that's it for me. Let's take it to Live Culture to say goodbye. Bye-bye.